So hi guys, my name is Cecil Migai. Thank you guys for joining this session again. Um, it's been a while. I've always purposed to make sure that this is consistent so that I can give you guys content and also build the channel. And today we have something different. Today we want to look at pricing. So I want to share with you guys how I normally price when, for example, a client reaches out to me for consultation or in software development. And probably if you're not a software engineer, hope you can you can benefit from this. It's just my process of pricing. So this is just kind of like a strategy that I use to help me with pricing. So I have some notes here. So hope you guys don't mind if I keep on referring to these notes. So normally when a client reaches out to you via email, via referral, whatever way, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, I'll refer to my notes, so hope you guys don't mind, is have you done whatever they want you to do? Have you done it before? So the answer is yes or no. If you have done it before, then it's easy for you to kind of predict the scope and also the pricing of what they're requesting for. If you've not done it before, then you need to ask yourself again, is it big or is it small? I'm talking about in terms of scope. From just looking at a conversation that you've had with the client, does it look like a big project or does it look like a small project? So if it is a big project, you have to think about something we call MVP, which is minimum viable product. And this will help you in this way. You don't want to start a project that might take you even 6 months or 10 months or even 1 year when you're not being paid. So the motivation won't be there. So you have to, if it's a big project, you have to break it down into simple modules. And here's the thing, you don't break it down. Ask the client to share their requirements. If they know, some of them don't know, but if your client in this case knows what they want, tell them to break it down into modules, and within those modules, let them break down into features. Something else that they need to do is also to prioritize, give priority to every module, which one should be delivered first. Then the other thing is also how long will they want each module to be, the timelines of each and every module, so that you can work with that. And anytime they give you, if they give you a module maybe with 2 weeks, always add at least 1 week or 2 weeks, depending on how you flexible you are. For me, I'll prefer to add 1 week. If you said 2 weeks, I'll do 3 weeks. If they say 1 week, I do 2 weeks, just to give me that flexibility. So that will also help you. Once you get the breakdown, based on their priority on the document, you will pick maybe one module and use it as a minimum viable product for you to deliver and for you to be paid, even as you build. So you start by being paid by MVP, and then you proceed by the rest, following the rest. So it becomes an incremental development, and also it becomes incremental payment. So that's important to note. So if the product is big, prioritize MVP, and make sure the client gives you the breakdown of what they want in terms of modules, and within the modules, you must have features. Let them indicate the timeline, and also let them indicate which module has a priority. Give the first priority, the module with the module that has been given the first priority, make it part of the MVP. So that's if the project is big. If the project is small and you have never done it before, then consider something called POC. So POC is basically proof of concept. So tell the client, in fact, everything that I'm telling you right now is a conversation that you're going to have with the client. That's what I normally do. I have all these conversations with the client. Just be as transparent as possible. So POC is proof of concept. Tell the client, since I've not done this before, we'll have to do it. We'll have to do R&D around it and do a proof of concept product. And the client will agree and give a price to that proof of concept, POC. So here's the thing, with POCs, they can eventually, when you deliver, they can either proceed with the project with you, or they can choose to go another way. But remember, you have to charge them. So since we are still not sure if you're going to build this solution and they're going to accept it, normally I give two versions of pricing. I give the pricing of us doing it, which is very, very cheap. Sometimes between $300 to $500. That's my standard. So that's the first pricing that I give them. I'm give them a pricing if with the condition that if they don't take it, this is the pricing that you're gonna go for. And then if they take it, I give them the second pricing, which is if you guys proceed with this product, with this POC, and we proceed to the next level, this is the price that I'm gonna give. Probably it will be double the price. So if it is $300 for, if they don't go with it, I'll give it 600. So depending on how it works for you. So the other things that you need to notice, you need to take into consideration is, you need to charge everything. As I said, you need to charge the R&D, you need to charge the POC. Every single thing that you do for this client, you need to put them on the quotation. Just to be clear, what are you going to charge them for every service that you deliver? Don't negotiate yourself down. I notice most of people do that. Even me used to do that earlier on, which is you identify a problem that you need to solve for the client, maybe a module or a feature, and you look at this feature and it seems so simple to implement. So you say, if I do it with for example, Laravel, or if I do it with Python, it will take me maybe half a day. So I'll charge them less. Don't do that. Remember, we're not charging based on your effort. You're charging them based on the value that you're giving to this client. So give it the right pricing. Don't negotiate yourself down. Even if it takes you 30 minutes to deliver it, charge it as if it took you the whole day or the whole month to do it. Because at the end of the day, if it has taken you time to build this skill for you to be able to deliver it within a short time. So it's good to always price appropriately and not based on how long you can deliver it, which probably will feel like it's a contradiction to what I'm about to say, what I'll be telling you guys later on. But kindly hold on and we'll see if it will be helpful. So the other thing that you need to also put into consideration is treat every project the same, even if you're familiar with some of the projects. So for example, if someone reaches out to you and says they want you to build an ERP, and probably you've worked on an ERP before, don't assume that the ERP that you had worked on previously is the same ERP that they want. So it's always important for you to insist on them giving you user requirements. And I think it's good I also mention this. If the client says that they're not familiar with user requirements and they don't know how to come up with user requirements, then that is an opportunity for you to even it's an opportunity for you also to make more money. So this is important. So you add it as a service and tell them, okay, I'll do for you a URS, which is user requirements document. Then this is the amount of money that I'm going to charge you for doing it for you. Most of the time when they don't have one, you just go get a generic one and deliver on that. Or you need to come up with a way, maybe a questionnaire that will help you have a conversation with them so that you guys can determine what exactly do they really want. So it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's up to you as a consultant to guide the client. Sorry. The other thing that is important is to sell the idea that you work with a team. So if a client has reached out to you as an individual, they have not reached out to you as a brand or as a company, but as an individual, you don't have a company, always have the conversation and create the impression that you have a team. So you just tell them, thank you for reaching out. These are what we've discussed. So give me some time so that I can review this with my team and then I get back to you. Always sell the idea that you have a team. Don't just sell the idea that you're alone. Always sell the idea that you have a team. It earns you more respect. It also helps with the negotiation in terms of pricing. So if they see the price is higher and they know there's a team behind it, so it means okay, the pricing is okay. It also helps with trust because now they know that my work is not going to be worked on by one person, but at least several people. Because at the end of the day, when you start working on multiple projects, you'll get to a point where you'll need a team to help you deliver some of these projects. So it's always good to have that. Sell the idea that you have a team around you or behind you. And another thing is, which I told you it's a contradiction, is if you don't know how to price per hour, and mostly price in dollars. So most people, when they're starting out, they don't know how to price, and you don't know how long the project will take. So my suggestion is price per hour. So and price in dollars. So let's say you're pricing $50 per hour, $50 per hour, and probably the project is gonna take about 30 days, and for each day, probably gonna spend about 5 hours each day. What's that? That's about 150 hours, if my math is not wrong. 150 hours times 50, that's a good pricing for any project. So think around that in terms of pricing per hour, and then you multiply by maybe 30 hours, multiply by 100 hours, and see if that value makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, you can always add it a bit and also play around with the hours. But when you're selling it to the client in terms of pricing, tell them, this project will cost $50 per hours for this amount of hours. So you specify also the total amount of hours, so that they can do their calculation and they give you feedback. The other thing which is very important is never negotiate when you're desperate. So when you're approaching a client when a client has approached you for a service and you're negotiating, don't put your personal needs as the reason why you're doing this project, because that will make you settle for anything or negotiate down because you're desperate. Be patient. Let the negotiation take as long as it takes. If it's taking too long, just give them, check on them, ask them if everything okay. If they want to proceed, they can reach out. If they're not able to proceed, you'll be available. And then you move on to another project, because at the end of the day, you also don't want to do a project, but then you become angry because probably you're not well compensated. So it's important that you also take that into consideration. Yeah. So guys, thank you guys for joining this session. Hope these tips and bites will be able to help you in your pricing. I know most people struggle with pricing. Myself, I also struggle. I used to struggle with pricing, but this is something that I came up with just to help me handle pricing different projects when our clients reaches out. So these are the strategies that I use, and I hope this will help you. If you have better strategies, of course, you can also share on the comment below. We can have a conversation around it. You don't have to only have this as your only negotiation points or your pricing points. You can make it even better. You can improve them. But for me, currently, this is what I work with. I'm always looking forward to improving my strategy of pricing and my strategy of negotiating with clients. So hope this thing was helpful, and have a lovely day, have a lovely week, and thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on another video.